There are two types of word problems in this section, Algebra Scholars. The first one has to do with costs of things, and this is an important type of problem because it asks you to compare two different things and try and figure out which one is better, or when does it not matter which plan is better. So the example here says the purchase price of a HP OfficeJet Pro printer is $150, and the ink for each black and white page costs 1.6 cents. A Samsung printer costs $106, but the ink for each page costs 2.4 cents. So for what number of black and white pages will the total cost be the same? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say the cost to print for an HP printer, so C just represents the total cost, is going to be $150 because we have to buy the printer. And then it's 0.016. That's 1.6 cents. Remember, everything's in dollars. If this is in dollars, this has to be in dollars. Is $0.016 times the number of copies that you make, or pages that you print. But the cost for the Samsung printer, it's a cheaper printer, but it costs more to print each page. Excuse me, it's 2.4 cents. And so this represents a system of equation where C represents the cost for both of them. And we can solve this using elimination. Okay? So what we've always said in the last section was you need to get everything lined up, and they are. Our constants are lined up. Whoops, sorry about that. Use the eraser. Our constants are lined up, our equal signs. We have another constant here lined up, and we just have one variable. Really, I guess we shouldn't call these constants. They really are the variable C representing cost. I take that back about constants. These are the constants. So we need to get the coefficients to be opposites. To do that, we are going to multiply the top equation by -1. So we get negative C equals negative 150 minus 0.016x. Bottom equation we will leave alone. And we will add the equations together. We do this, we need to be careful here. Negative C plus C is actually 0. There's the equal sign. When we add here, we get negative 44. And when we add here, we get 0.008x. And to solve this, we're going to add 44 to both sides. 44 equals 0.008. Let me pause this while I grab my calculator. Okay, I'm back. And to solve for x, we have to divide by 0.008. So 44 divided by 0.008 is 5,500. And now remember, what does x represent here? X is the number of pages. So here's what we're saying. If we print 5,500 pages, it does not matter which printer you choose. But here's an interesting question. What if we print less than 5,500 pages? So is it better to choose the printer that has the higher purchase price and the lower cost per print page, or is it better to choose the other one that's the cheaper printer but is more expensive per page? Which do you think it is? So it turns out it's better to buy the cheaper printer. So it's going to be with the Samsung. It's better to buy the cheaper printer and pay a little bit more for page if we're not going to print that many pages. However, if we end up printing an enormous number of pages, then the number of pages becomes more and more important. And if we're going to print a huge number, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, we're willing to pay more for the printer because we're going to pay less per page. So it's an interesting question to analyze. All right, Algebra Scholars, here's our second example. every month the cafeteria orders 57 bags of soft serve ice cream. Did you know it came in a bag? It comes in a bag and they pour it in the top of the machine. Anyway, some is chocolate and some is vanilla. They always order 9 more bags of chocolate than vanilla, because let's face it, chocolate's better than vanilla. How many bags of each do they order each month? So let's define our variables. X is the number of bags of chocolate. Y is the number of bags of vanilla. And what we know to be true is the number of bags of chocolate plus the number of bags of vanilla is always 57. Now, they always order 9 more bags of chocolate than vanilla. So there's more chocolate being ordered than vanilla, and the difference between the two is 9. So we're going to take the number of bags of chocolate and subtract the number of bags of vanilla, and the difference between them is always 9. So here's our little system to solve, and as luck would have it, the coefficients for the y's are already lined up. So we can simply add down. The x's become 2x, the y's are eliminated. Here's our equal sign, and then we get 66. And therefore x must be 33. So the number of bags of chocolate is 33. And at this point, I think we're pretty comfortable with our work of saying, okay, x plus 33 must be 57. Oops, scratch that. 33 plus y must be 57. And if we subtract 33, we get y is 24. So 33 bags of chocolate and 24 bags of vanilla get us the right amount of ice cream every month.